No, it's really on douche. Oh, what's up, y'all? New episode of Tech File coming at you. Let's hit that thing you get into.
Oh shit, we talking already?
Yes, sir. Welcome to episode 297 of Technical File, the sports podcast you never knew you needed.
And this your boy, TIMKINZ, the number 3, a.k.a. Ass Ketchum, a.k.a. Mr. Give It To Me. I'm starting to turn up a little bit. My energy level is kind of fluctuating. So as the show goes along, just stay with your boy. That's all I'm saying.
I'm the Air J.
Only known as.
The Air J.
And I'm Camille, point guard of the crew, the real life people like Archie Girl next door. Holding it down for all the women who love sports.
And it's your boy K Harris, the gentleman.
The gentleman.
The everyday gentleman.
24/7.
But better known as K Diddy.
You know, I was reflecting on our intro.
Mm-hmm.
And my mom was like, there was something that you used to say that you stopped saying, Ken. She was like, it was something that he used to say, and she couldn't remember the catchphrase, but she was like, I need Ken to start saying it again. And I was like, was it the ooh wee? Was it?
Oh, the ooh yeah.
I said, was it hello? What
the ooh yeah.
But she said it was something you used to, and she wanted me to ask you, what was an old catchphrase you used to have, or you said that you stopped saying?
If somebody go back and end up listening to all of them, I don't know what it said. Because I didn't switch my intro at least 3 times. Right.
Definitely did.
Yeah. And I was also thinking about how the fact that whenever we go do someone else's show, we do our intro, like
everybody be like, no, y'all.
Oh, God, like,
these are facts.
We have almost 300 repetitions.
Yeah. We've been working on it. But no, welcome for show. And before we get into the show, I do just want to say, as a reminder, please subscribe to our YouTube. We actually just saw today that YouTube changed their parameters around what it takes for you to become monetized on their channel. Mm-hmm. You need only 500 subscribers. We are a ways away, y'all. We shouldn't be that far away at this point, y'all. So if you are hearing my voice, go to our YouTube page and subscribe. We need all of them subscriptions. We need them views. We are trying to monetize this podcast.
Absolutely. And if you see our faces, that means you already own YouTube. So just the button's like right here.
You need to click it.
Just click that.
Go and do that.
And while you're doing that, hit the notification button as well. The little bell. Bing. Exactly. I was hoping someone would bang me. And so you get notified when we go live, because it's every Tuesday around 6:45-ish p.m. Today we was around that 7 mark. That's the ish.
7?
We was on the ish today. Well, make sure you subscribe. It's a big help to us, for sure. Even if you listen on the audio, go subscribe on the YouTube as well. Mm-hmm. Just have it there. Like, it does us a lot. As I mentioned, we're trying to get monetized, so that's a free way for y'all to support the pod. And if y'all want to put some money in our pockets, we also got merch. So hit our link tree, link, cop some merch.
I like that a lot.
No sport fact of the week.
Nope, lost my book.
Damn!
You lost the book?
Yeah.
I couldn't find it when I was going out the door, and I thought it was in the car, and it wasn't in the car, so I'm like, I don't know.
Well, I do have a fact of the week. Celebrating my 8-year wedding anniversary on the 14th.
Hey!
So I want to shout out my husband before we start this show, because he has been my biggest supporter in the podcast stuff and just in life in general.
For sure.
So shout out to Mr.
The mayor.
He's been supporting us.
Oh, well, I guess
he gave us a bill. He gave us some bees knees.
The bees.
I got the sports fact of the week. Denver Nuggets. I said sports fact of the week.
Go ahead.
The Denver Nuggets won their first NBA title.
Come on.
Is that not a sports fact this week?
The theme song just started playing, fam.
Hey.
My fault.
Show was about to freestyle again.
Right.
Nah, I was just going to.
Oh, okay. But yeah, shout out to the man. The game that needs a name. what y'all want to do this week. Because I got one if y'all ain't come with no homework.
What you got?
You know, every month is something,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
June is also Black Music History Month.
Mhm.
I was going to say, let's name Black music groups. I know we've done artists, but I don't think we did groups.
Okay.
And that's rap, R&B, funk, whatever you want to do, but a group.
Okay.
We got black people in it.
Yes, a
Yeah.
Black music group.
Mm.
So before we
Does
go
the
into
Barge-
this,
Does that count?
yes.
Yes.
Do y'all count Outkast as a group?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Some people say it's a duo.
Huh? It's still a group.
I'm just saying we gotta be clear.
Semantics matter.
Yes, we gotta be clear before we get into the naming. So everybody cool with Black music groups.
Yeah, we can do that.
And in case you're unfamiliar with the game and needs a name, it is a rapid fire memory game where we choose a topic. As you just heard, we are doing Black music groups. And then we go around in order, see who's the last person remaining to have a topic that's related to it. So whoever got the last group wins. So you can't repeat. You only get about 5 seconds or so to answer.
It sucks, bro. All of the names is leaving. I'm sitting there trying to think of them. They just slowly going away. Like, what's those two called? There's 3 of them, wasn't it?
So I can start. We can go myself, then Eric, then Tim, then Ken, and keep going around. You ready?
No.
Take that as a yes.
Shoot.
All right. Switch. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah.
Outcast.
Earth, Wind, and Fire.
112.
The Barge.
The Temptations.
The Isleys.
New edition.
Smokey Robinson and the Miracles.
Run DMC.
Boys to Men.
Goddamn. Dirty Money.
New Edition.
Wu Tang.
That was my next one.
Drew Hill.
Damn. I'm out.
The Four Tops.
Jagged Edge.
Damn. Chloe Holly. They a duo.
Happening.
I'm out because that threw me off.
Smiles and South Star.
88.
Hey.
I wouldn't be able to answer with no Smiles and South Star. You
Right,
pulled-
that's-
you
I
pulled
swear.
that one out.
That was way out of nowhere.
Threw me all the way on. Damn, they hey, listen, that was a good joke. That was a good joke.
Look, I'm hearing all kinds of guys.
It wasn't that goddamn funny shit. Hey, can I get that with my jokes?
Well, come on.
Goddamn. Motherfuckers say hi-he's on this motherfucker. Motherfuckers said a knee slapper in this.
Oh, one thing we can't do with our new setups is watching on YouTube. We have the room organized a little bit differently, but we can't have somebody pick the song that's going to be our background music for the episode. So Dooch is going to be dealer's choice for you
Oh, okay.
when it comes to picking the song.
Just tell us what the title is.
Yeah, just tell us what the title is. Oh, Slides in the comments. He says, Smiles and North Star. Tell me what's going down because what? All right, let's get into the show for this.
I had it too loaded up.
How many? Damn, I'm like the groups is just leaving.
That whistle gets me every time I think.
Dealer's choice.
Dealer's choice on the song title. That's going to be our background for the.
Peak is an herb. That's a group, man.
Yeah.
That's what I was going to say, and I thought I was.
All in all.
Oh, no, I'm saying black.
Wait.
Pass me that bell, please.
I definitely put some on the
I do too, but don't fit.
So y'all
Who knows gets the.
close enough.
Hey, one black person in there.
Everybody found out that Bobby.
All right, at least Oaks, goddamn.
When everybody when Bobby called O's white, everyone's like, "Wait, what? What you do for love?" I was saying too.
What?
A black
hear it?
barbecue staple. I hear it. Yeah, I hear it.
Oh, wait. Okay.
I hear something, but it's not like in my headphones. But I can hear something.
Hold on.
As Duke figures that out, we can continue on with the topics for the week here.
What we got?
We got pretty much all NBA stuff. We got a little Viking nugget to end the show with, but it's pretty all
Oh,
right. Yeah, you know, the season.
I see what you did there.
But you know, the NBA season has officially come to a close now with the Denver Nuggets defeating the Miami Heat 4-1 in the NBA Finals to win the first championship in Denver Nuggets history. Nikola Jokic was MVP. Big congrats. And with this concluding, it also wraps up what our prediction records were. So throughout this playoff run, Tim had a 9-6 prediction record this NBA playoff run. Eric, myself, and Cam were all 11-4. So
Not too shabby.
yeah, not too shabby at all. With the Denver Nuggets defeating the Miami Heat, Tim, you were the lone Miami Heat selectee.
Mm-hmm.
What did you see in this finals as it unfolded that surprised you? That you were like, oh dang, I didn't expect Denver to come out like what was it as you were watching it that kind of surprised you in the series?
Nothing really surprised me in the series. Because logically, I said it should have been Denver, but I was like, "Hey, I'm rolling with Miami because they beat the Bucks." I was like, "Logically, in 6 of Denver in 6," because a couple guys from work like, "Hey, wait, what you think? What you think?" I'm like, "Look, my heart says it's Denver because the Cats is just cold." I like, but I have to roll with the team that put us out. I have to. I like, but now they ain't winning the shit. That sucks. Anyways, Denver, on the other hand, though, like. I'm glad everybody kind of realized how cold Jokic is. Maybe that was the surprise. The surprise was that people didn't truly realize how cold the Joker was. They thought that they were just giving motherfuckers MVPs out here for some reason, like all NBAs for some reason, for just no reason. But no, he actually showed folks like coming into the finals like, man, this might not be, based on my ratings and stuff like that. Whatever. Mm-hmm. To truly see a player of his caliber damn near dominate.
You can take the damn near out. He did.
The entire playoffs. Like, it wasn't just the finals. It wasn't the Western Conference. It was literally from start to finish. I think they only had 4 losses the whole time.
They did. Yeah, he was the first player in NBA history to lead the playoffs in total points, total rebounds, and total assists.
That's correct.
And every game, at the end of the game, you'd be like, bro, how? How did we get here? When did he get 45? When he dropped 15 assists? Nah, the assists, you can see them. They were beautiful. Them assists was beautiful. Man, pump faking one way, bounce pass behind his back the other way. Somebody got an easy lay. Like, whose man is that? But no, Joker's, I guess not necessarily, coming out party to the world was kind of the surprise to me. Because, again, I've been a big fan of his for a long time now. And what's wild is it's wild because he's still getting better. Like each year, even though he got the 2 MVPs and the Finals MVP for him probably is more than this year's MVP because of the fact that his team actually got the championship. So even though he didn't seem like he didn't care at the end of it, like Jokic is one of those type of players. Like, are you happy, bro?
His celebration.
Yeah, the champagne.
They
All right, I'm good. I did that.
I just want to say I can respect somebody. I can respect the feeling of, you know what? I'm here to do my job. I'm ready to get the fuck home. I'm done. All the rah-rah is all good. Can I leave? Can I go?
Did y'all see the press conference when they were like, "We're ready for the parade"? And he was like, "When is the parade?" And they were like, "Thursday." And he was just like, "Shit,
I still gotta be here.
I want to go home."
No.
And they were like, "Friday." He was like, "All right." It's like his brothers were celebrating more than he was.
Yeah, that was turn.
They were throwing up. Michael Malone throwing them up.
Mm-hmm. Aaron Gordon walking the streets, shirt off. There's always gotta be one shirtless.
Hey,
Come out here! I'm out
He
here!
was balling though. So you gotta show his age.
I thought about it though. Like Aaron Gordon, he went from the top pick and he was integral to getting that ring in the finals too. Like, yeah.
So, with that being said, because I definitely want to hear your perspective on it since you selected Miami. Ken, I want to hear from you too, because we didn't hear from you last week when we kind of talked about the series and your perspective on it then, because you was like, oh, it's going to be Denver. Like, you didn't have any hesitation. You didn't have no qualms about it. You know, I know it's about to be Denver. And it's in part because you've seen it coming, because even when the Lakers were...
I was scared as shit to play.
You was like, I hope Phoenix win.
I hope Phoenix win. All right, first off, KCP.
I told you I'm taking the team that got KCP.
Got you another one. But I have never watched.
He did. That was the first name he named.
Because of Tim.
The Lakers thing.
Because of Tim, I watched this man. I was like, dog, this nigga ball. I was like, he was doing this with us too, bro. So yeah, but shout out to him. But Denver, definitely my first time really watching them, like night in, night out is when they played us in this playoff series. And just, we didn't match up well at all. And then just really watching, like, Joker, though, like, he is, like, unreal. Murray. Like, Murray was that piece. Like, that was just that missing piece that they needed. You know, he's fully healthy. And he showed us, like, what he can do. And, like, I knew that they were... I was feeling like Camille, because I was like, Miami can't keep getting away with this. Like, they just can't. Like, I was like, they just can't get away with it. And it basically came down to Jimmy Butler he ran out of gas. Like, he did everything he could to get to this point. And it's like, yo, like, I don't got nothing left. Like, what else can I do?
And their role players wasn't rolling.
No. Exactly.
They wasn't rolling no more.
I mean, Bam was spotty too.
Listen, Bam and
He
Jimmy
played better in the finals.
Bam and Jimmy was putting up 20 shots a piece and making like 5, 6, 7 again. Like
everybody right now, guys.
Yeah.
And I think we mentioned it last week. It's like you can't really predict the rest of the series because, like, I don't know, like, what 3-point shooting you gonna get from Miami. Like, that's really the difference. I just looked it up. So in the playoffs, in their wins, the Heat shot 41% from three. In their losses, they shot 34%. I think it's like that's
night and day.
That's night and day. You know, that's like the best 3-point shooting percentage in the playoffs by far, and would have been number 1 in the league this year, versus like what would have been like last place or damn near as a team. So it's like, it was so night and day, and that really comes down to the role players that they hit shots. And then like I think they could have won Game 5, but they didn't have a great 3-point shooting game. But like they were there. It's just Jimmy until like the last 3 minutes of the game wasn't doing anything. So like I've said all along, it's like I won't believe that this Heat team is done until they're dead. Like you really got to kill them, and Denver did. Like that was a series that was in Denver. I mean, that was in Miami's zone. You know what I mean? Like it was their tempo, their pace. They played it in the style that they wanted to get them to, and Denver was able to adapt. Like I don't think Denver's role players, save for Darren Gordon and Bruce Brown in spots, and then Christian Brown
had a game
randomly in Game 4. But like there wasn't like a consistency from their role players like that. It was Murray and Jokic carrying them, which is why last week we were talking about like Murray's kind of the head of the snake because Jokic is gonna do what Jokic is gonna do. But if you can stop Murray, which Miami couldn't, say for Game 2,
which is
kind of
won. Like it's funny too because Coach Spo, he had, and after the press conference, and he was just like, "Man, it was better. We got beat. Like I don't know that we did everything we could defensively in this game, and it just did not work. It did not matter. They were better." And I was like, even Jimmy Butler was like, "We just got beat. Like they were better." Sometimes it be like that. But with that being said, I know the joke Miami jokes, he can't keep getting away with this because I was definitely on that bandwagon. But they had an amazing season. Like, that championship, but I think he fans before the play-in, so like the last couple weeks of the season, saying y'all gonna be in the NBA Finals. It'd be like, where are you smoking? Are you for real?
I mean, shit, if you would told them after Game 7 last year that this time next year you'll be in the NBA Finals, they'd be like, that's a win. Like, so
without Tyler Hero.
Yeah.
And I thought he was really gonna play last night. Oh, hands on deck. He ain't. They did not. That man ain't pay a second.
That's a hard situation to come into. Yeah. Like, your first game back is going to be in the NBA Finals in an elimination game.
And shooting hand defense stuff.
Yeah. That's tough.
Like, when he said, like, our rotation isn't going to change, I'm like, oh, yeah. I'm like, so you said that, but I lost it. So.
I do want to point out the fact, too, that as the Nuggets were getting ready for Game 4, their front office made a deal with trades for the Thunder. And it makes sense because, one, we talked about the Thunder got too many draft picks. They cannot use them all. At some point, they have to consolidate. And with the new CBA unfolding and everything, like, you're going to need more cheap labor is what it comes down to. So, like, they need the draft picks. So it made sense for both sides where it's like, Denver's already looking ahead. Like, let's try to get some more draft picks because, as we saw, like, Christian Brown this year, like, you might be able to hit on a rookie that can contribute a little bit to what you're doing. So...
I mean, just keep winning, bro. Yeah.
He's a winner. 3
high school championships in a row. Then turn around went to college and won the chip. Then turn around and went to the league and won the chip.
His first year.
That's wild.
He really is. tall Dante. Like Dante won on
He's
every
strong as
level.
fuck too. Like, bro, Raleigh.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, he plays a lot like a taller Dante DiVincenzo, and then, like, his path is the same. Like, Dante was a winner in high school. He won 2 titles in college and won a title in...
He did go to Kansas.
Yes.
Dante was player of the year in college too.
No, he was a most outstanding player
In the tournament. Yeah.
I said when the Bucks got eliminated, like, I was on my hater season for the rest of the playoffs. So let me get 2 hater statements out of the way right now. One, Miami played 3 of the 4 playing teams on their route to a title. You're here or there, but they played Minnesota first round. LA was a playing team that they played in the conference finals, and then the NBA finals they played the playing team in Miami. So 2 8 seeds and a 7 seed.
Yeah.
He said he's hating. He said he's hating.
Really hating.
Say them teams again.
I like Minnesota 8 seed.
Okay, so Carlton Towns, Anthony Edwards,
Mm-hmm.
Rudy Gobert. Okay.
Yep. Lakers.
LeBron James, Anthony Davis.
Still playing team. And Miami.
Jimmy Butler, yeah. Take that as you will.
I'm saying, like, you go through every team in the playoffs and be like, oh, well, they got X, Y, and Z.
Yeah, I know, but here's, like, I get it's you just having a hating angle right now. But to those people who actually do believe that argument, I would like to just say, 1, you only can play who's in front of you. That's the first part of it. 2, we're entering into a season of the NBA where parity is at an all-time high. So these play-in teams are going to become better and better and better at if this parity continues. Like when we saw the Lakers were going to be, what was it, 7 seed?
Mm-hmm.
It was like, I picked them in the first round. Like, they gonna win. Like, this team is just better than what they were. Like, the sum of the parts just were so much better after that trade deadline, but they were already in such a deep hole, they weren't going to be able to raise up the standings too much further. So, that is what it is. So,
They surprised me first round. I ain't gonna hold you. That's my jaw was getting even. Put them out.
speaking of John Wick, now that the finals are over, when do y'all think that Adam Silver going to tell us how many
You should
games
have did it
Before the
last night. As soon as he announced them. Congratulations, by the way, John. We've been waiting for you, mother.
Speaking of games, you ain't gonna be playing
Nah, bring me my belt. Stop. No, he gonna give Denver 24 hours. So tomorrow morning.
Mm-hmm.
No, I think they parade Thursday, right?
You gonna let the parade get off first?
Maybe we'll parade get off. Maybe about Friday.
before the draft.
That's
The
next
draft
week Thursday.
Yeah. So probably sometime on Saturday, Sunday, maybe Monday.
Hit him with a good 30 piece.
Start the
No, it's if their parade is on Thursday, they're gonna do a Friday news done.
or I was thinking over the weekend. That way on Monday they'll be the talk of the town.
Give a league off the weekend. So
You can send them that.
I'm saying, like, that's why
Pony
it's Friday.
Express.
That's why it's Friday news though.
Well, Juneteenth Monday, so
You don't want that bad news.
yeah.
That's a.
Juneteenth Monday.
Y'all going to the
Damn, Adam Silver telling the black man he can't play basketball on Juneteenth.
Let's rethink this. That's why you workshop things. Okay? God damn it.
Are y'all off work on Juneteenth?
Yes.
No.
I got half day, but that's still I got it.
That's Monday, right?
Next thing
Yeah,
y'all
I'm
want. Yeah, I'm like, I'm heading down to Juneteenth again. Like, that was fun.
Gotta go there.
It ain't open. It don't last all day no more. Like, it's over before it gets to get dark. But I mean, they got the parade and everything the other day, so it was fun last year.
I wonder if he wanted me to drive his car during the parade because it's the Corvette Club. He's part of the parade and shit. You want to drive my car down through the parade? Like, not your car, not that Corvette down there. Yeah.
It's gonna be all cleared out for you, though. You ain't gonna have no better driving experience than that moment.
It's gonna be cleared out for sure. Anybody can run up.
No, not that. Baseline drinking through the city? No, that's gonna be your safest route to drive that Corvette.
I mean, it's a Corvette, so we can skedaddle real quick.
I was on the way here, like the little notches that they have in the
They
street.
put another. I see what y'all trying to do.
But like somebody already took out like one of the poles.
I was just
Like,
saying, though,
They
somebody
ain't know it was there.
They really gonna kill themselves doing that shit now, bro.
I think, but that shit is dangerous.
That's dangerous as hell.
Shout out to you. Spot said he took off for the first time in 5 years for Juneteenth.
Hey, shout out, brother.
Let me know if you're trying to go down
Celebrate
there with us
yourself.
as well. I asked the minister, I was like, you off for Juneteenth? He's like, I'm taking off. Like, he ain't giving me off,
He's
but
gonna
I'm
be
off.
decked out, bro. I already see it. I see it.
It is time. Oh, he said, go take the Bronco down. Okay, OJ, take
Hey,
the Bronco down.
hey, hit me, bro. You got okay.
No, he got a Bronco.
No, he got a Bronco. It's nice. It's actually a nice Bronco.
Hit me. I like them though.
They are nice. They are nice. All right, any other thoughts on the finals?
Second header, bro.
Oh, go
Oh
ahead.
yeah, go ahead.
So like Soulja Boy,
So
Denver done stole Milwaukee's whole flow, bar for bar. 2-time back-to-back MVP. Gets screwed out of a third one. Goes and wins the title. His second banana is underrated. You know, like comes through, kills everybody in the playoffs. Jamal Murray, Chris Middleton. I was gonna say something out of pocket.
Small market team.
Small market team.
Ain't won a championship in
50 years.
But it was about 50 years for
No
them.
national exposure like that.
Mm-mm.
People don't think you're a superstar, overrated.
Yep.
Then they come through and show them the fuck up. Hopefully.
To that point, one talked about that on Locked On Bucks today, but I want to shout out these two gentlemen here who we did a Tech 5 takeover on Locked On Bucks last year.
My shit now.
Aggressive, brother.
Did he?
Jesus Christ.
So, yeah, but shout out to them for that. And we got some new people who were like, I'm about to check out the show. And I was like, yeah, 3 of us, we pretty Wisconsin, fans, Bucks, Packers, Brewers. And then we got the fourth guy who is a Lakers, Bears, Red Sox fan. And someone was like, I'm sorry, how did what kind of? I was like, no, we need that balance.
It took us a while to figure out why.
I like what I like.
Which is fair.
That should be accepted
My
by
squad.
everybody. Yeah.
Love is love.
I don't know why I like Boston. As a black man, I should not be a Boston Red Sox fan.
He was a homie hopper for a while.
Who?
You.
Who I was hopping?
Hey, listen. You like Boston Red Sox when they was hot. Lakers when they was hot.
No, I've been.
Bears ain't never
I've
been hot.
Lakers.
Bears ain't never been
The
hot.
Lakers always been hot though.
But he didn't like.
I was saying the Red Sox
but he
became
didn't-
cold
but he
like
didn't-
in mid 2000s.
No, but he didn't leave when they had they down years. He
Exactly.
stood there.
I've
He was
been-
still watching
He had
everything.
no
10
choice.
toes, nigga.
They wasn't down too long.
10 toes,
No, but
nigga.
now everybody
Oh.
has a choice. They watch it all the time. People like, oh, I'm not actually a fan of this.
10
I'm a
toes,
fan of this
nigga.
player. Like, y'all be on my nigga back too hard about
You
that.
need to flip flop homie hop.
But he
Oh, I'm
don't.
flip-flop.
Since you've known him,
You know
he's
you a
been fan
Packer
of the
fan.
same
You
Man,
talking
relax.
Bears. What you talking about?
I told you, when I come here in my Jordan Love jersey, don't say that. Black quarterback.
I can't defend you on that one, boss. No, I don't understand that one. I understand
You
that
just
one.
want to thank the man that forced Aaron Rodgers last time.
Tired of getting traumatized by
Right.
him.
Hey, man. It's
Speaking of Aaron Rodgers, real
pretty
quick,
good buzz.
I just want to say,
Tired of him. Tired of him.
I don't even know what he did now. Like,
no, he is just going out of his way to talk about how much fun he's having.
Everything's
And
great
I've
here.
never had as much fun as
I'm
I've
in
had last week.
OTAs.
And I'm teaching and I'm learning. And
I'm doing the
bro.
what the fuck is that? The blocking sled. Oh man, I hit that thing and didn't move. Ha ha ha! My teammates are great. Adrian Amos just signed with them today.
Oh.
Former Packer safety.
I didn't know he's. Oh.
Yeah, he just signed with the like $4 million. So I'm like, oh, you still got the connects and shit like that. Brought some
But I
Packers
just
up
want to
the
say,
way.
like, Aaron, come on, man. Just
Uh,
go enjoy your new stuff. You ain't got to do all this stuff for our attention.
Enjoy your-
span.
I've never had
enjoy
this
your
much
little
fun in Green
team.
Bay
bro.
Right.
in the off season.
I haven't had this much fun in absolutely years.
Yeah.
Because you ain't been here, motherfucker. We skip OTAs every year. Like, god damn.
Give me 2 seconds.
What you need? Oh, first. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
We just packed out. What's going
Oh,
on?
lock.
I feel like
Juicy was in
was it Funaki where they had like the dubbed over, like he be mouthing and then they dub over his words.
Indeed. Fly in the comments said he missed his old lady. Didn't he? Hitting the same. He trying to make us jealous. I understand. I'm just saying, like you ain't got to do all this, Aaron.
Too bad we
Because-
played him last year.
That's fine. I just care that he played enough games for us to get better draft compensation at this point.
65%. That's all we need.
That's all we need. So I hope that calf's all right.
Yeah.
Don't hit that blocking today too hard.
Right. When you said that, I was like, oh, don't throw your shoulder out, buddy.
Now he was out for a second.
I can hear it now. Yeah.
He was out for when he did that. He actually hurt himself. So everybody was like, that was the talk. I was like, bro, nah, dog. It was like, yeah, he has a calf injury or something like that, and he kind of came. You know him. Don't tell me what I have. It's just little thing here because I think it was Ramona Shelburne said something about it. So he had to try to shit on her.
It's like 12. Yeah, it's loud.
Got a jig on it. Get that motherfucker.
you can get sturdy on this one.
That shit is still hilarious. Getting sturdy, I'm like,
that is so funny to me to say you getting sturdy with. All right, okay. Any other final thoughts before we move on?
Yeah, I guess one thing that always like that baffles me or like trips me out about the media is like how nobody was like effing with Denver, nobody was effing with the Joker, or nothing like that. Then last night they win the championship, and the first thing that people are talking about is dynasty now.
Jokic is just top 5 center all time.
I'm just like, what? Like, come on, bro. Like that's where we at right now.
The pendulum swung really quickly with that.
It's so annoying because like now, to your point, like I've seen that a couple times on Twitter today. I definitely ain't watching post game. Anything that's TV that face on, no thank you. But like people saying like, oh, Denver's the team to beat for the next 5 years.
Yeah,
I'm like, what about the last 5 years of NBA basketball makes you think that any team is really the team to beat going forward? Like,
say more.
Things change so drastically, like. And the new CBA is only going to exacerbate that. Like, teams can't stay together. Like, they're building the NBA so that teams can't stay together long term. You know what I mean? Like, so yes, Denver is in an advantageous position. Like, they have all their players locked up. Well, everybody but Bruce Brown, basically, locked in the long-term-ish contracts where, like, they can kind of grow together for the next 2 or 3 years. But
it's a tight window.
That's it. And like people are going to be making moves around because like everybody thinks they're one piece away. So like everybody's going to keep building and building and building. Like there is no like we're in the era of parity in the NBA right now.
Yeah.
And it's only going to get more parity.
Parity. More even
going forward. Like we just crowned our 5th different champion in the last 5 years. This is the first time that's happened since 1977 through 81, I believe.
So our last 5 champs, we got Nuggets this year.
Warriors.
Last year was the Warriors. Then it was the Bucks, Lakers, Raptors.
Yeah. And the Warriors before that. So like that really starts to tie. But again, like that shows you like there's no dominant, there's no team to beat, there's no dynasty right now because like the league is so competitive and because like they flattened kind of the talent acquisition levers that people can pull. So like you have your team, you kind of stuck with that team, and you have like a core 4 or 5, and everything else around it kind of like rotates in and out.
Especially if you maxing cats out.
And that's the thing with the new CBA, because from what I can understand about it, it's theoretically changing the fact like there aren't going to be no more super teams unless you plan to fill your roster out to the barest the bones with nothing but minimum contracts, and then you're going to be penalized years down the line and lose your draft pick from the first go to the last pick. Like you lose the ability to sign it. Like it's so many things that come out once you exceed that second tax apron of the new CBA. So it's like super teams are pretty much dead at this point.
And it used to be like where you get your team and then you sign to Bobby Portis, you sign to Pat Connaughton, you sign to Brooke Lopez, where it's like they're undervalued when they come in, then they exceed that, and then you can
finagle.
As time goes along, you can eventually sign them to long-term lucrative contracts, and it's just like as much money as you want to spend is how much. Like that's the only penalty is like you just owe more money. Like now, like they're actually like they put teeth into if you exceed that second tax apron. To Camille's point, you lose your ability to trade your draft picks, you lose your ability to sign buyout guys, you lose your ability to take back more money in a trade, you lose your ability to combine assets. Like if you make 5 and you make 10, I can put you guys together and trade you for a $15 million player. You can't do that anymore. Like you can't aggregate salaries if you're over a certain amount. So it's like all these little loopholes that teams found to kind of add talent. Like the Clippers kept doing that. Like they kept rolling different dudes into like slightly higher salary players, and then they would sign another dude with the tax
mid-level exception,
which gets you another like $5 to $7 million player in, and then like he can then like sign the next year for X amount of dollars. You know what I mean? Like it just keep like you can kind of again like backdoor your way into a team that has like a $200 million total salary. They're basically trying to like remove that. So like all those little loopholes that y'all found before, we closing all that shit. Like so again, like you are limited to like how much you can spend on your roster, which means that when these guys come up from your championship team and they need new contracts, you can't afford to pay it. Or like you're penalized if you try to afford to pay it. Which is why like I think that the players just got their asses handed to them
in this negotiations.
Yeah, like you fought so hard against a hard cap, which is what the NFL has, but
theoretically you kind of have
just,
one now with the second tax apron.
Because like then the owner's gonna come to you like say Giannis is like, hey, y'all need to bring me some more talent, and like, hey man, my hands are tied. Like I can't just I can only spend up to this amount.
And you take you make this much.
On that tip, because I know Bucks needed wing players mainly. Hopefully Brook comes
They
back.
need a point guard.
Yeah, they need a point guard. But there's one player that I was just like, I really wouldn't mind him on the Bucks. Gary Trent Jr. He's a free agent.
Also, we can't afford Gary Trent Jr.
I know, but I was like, that's really I like looking around. Like, there's some big names out there.
Gary
Sure,
Trent, ain't he like 6'5", 6? Ain't he kind of small?
but he be on the wing still. Like he still be, and he be hooping.
I mean, offense for sure.
Be hooping. I was like,
But,
we could use a player like that. But
to go back to Ken's initial point about how now they're saying that Denver is a dynasty, I think that is premature, and for a few different reasons. One, listen, I know their core is going to be together, but to win a championship, dynasties aren't easy. Like a lot of things have to go right for you. You need to be healthy. You got to have some luck happen. Like people don't want to admit it, but every champion's had a little luck along the way to help them get to that title. And you got to be good on top of that too. Like you can't take that talent part away, but like there's some luck involved and there's health involved. There are still some Bucks fans who are like, if Giannis didn't get hurt in game 1 against Miami, it's a different story. And I'm like, I don't know. maybe not. But and again,
but that's part of Miami's luck. Like
right.
Got lucky that Giannis got hurt. That they hurt Giannis.
And last year it's like if Bucks had Chris Middleton, we could have beat Boston. And it's like, well, we didn't, and we didn't. So like,
in the year before, if
KD
and Kyrie and Harden was all healthy, then they would have beat the Bucks.
Okay, it was that if Kyrie and Harden were healthy, then it was even still if KD didn't have his shoe went
that wasn't luck. He did that on purpose. I'm done with that damn argument. He wore them shoes on purpose, my guy. Ain't no luck about that. He wore them sideshow goddamn bobs.
And like a point, I don't remember who made the point, but it's like PJ Tucker wore his ass down. Like, yes, he was still getting his shit off, but like that's fatigue. Like you don't know where you're at on the court. That's because you are mentally fried at that point. Yeah. And to that, even after that, like how many points did he score in overtime? Overtime
was a slugfest. Like no one barely scored in overtime.
There were 6 points scored total. And 8 because like Brook got those free throws at the end.
But like it's all part of it. And I think what we're going towards now is rather than having like here's a upcoming dynasty, is like here's the tier of contenders. Any of these teams here have a realistic shot at winning the championship. And I feel like that number's going to just keep getting a little bit bigger every year. Because even coming into this season, we were like, dang, like
17.
Yeah.
When we were like previewing the NBA season, we were like looking at the West and we were like, yo, only 8 of these teams can actually make it. Like we were having a problem before we even saw them start playing, and it became even a bigger. Like, cause we didn't expect the Thunder to be as good as they were. We didn't expect well, you thought the Kings would be good, but even they were like
top 6 teams within 4 games of each other.
You know what I mean? Like
it's wild.
The NBA is going more that NFL route when it comes to the parity aspect of it, and
which makes it fun.
I think so as well.
But like that also speaks to like why some of these teams are moving on from coaches that are super successful.
Is that we're chasing
because it's like everybody thinks that we should be winning titles, we should be getting to the finals, we should be getting far in the playoffs. And it's like if you don't meet that, like only 2 teams can make the finals. So if your criteria is we need to be a finals contender,
or bust,
that only means that
everybody is going to be just a carousel of
coach of the year candidates on the free agent market is wild.
Like not even coach of the year.
Winners, I'm sorry.
Winning coaches like on the market, not getting jobs even.
Think of the last 5 years. Like you said, was 4 of those coaches are fired?
Steve Kerr and Michael Malone are the only 2 that they got.
It's crazy. It's like we talked about last week with the coaching cycle and trees, where it's like it's unfair to coaches. I did hear today that Doc Rivers was on the Bill Simmons podcast.
Interesting.
But I didn't listen to it yet, but I heard it was outstanding. And Doc already said, like, I'm about to take the year, You ain't got no option now. Ain't no more jobs open.
I'm gonna just chill this year.
You know, the NBA told you that.
But like he's like talking about like he might want to go back in media, and I was like, Doc has always been a good media personality too. So like he's like, maybe I'll do a podcast, and I was like, I'm gonna listen to a Doc Rivers podcast.
You was shooting on James Harden. I saw those quotes.
That's why I gotta listen to this episode because he was telling his truth.
I ain't there no more.
The quotes I saw was like CM Punk when he went on that podcast.
Oh, the pipe bomb? Oh no.
Like, yeah, this dude sucks. This dude sucks. Fuck Vince McMahon. Like, yeah.
That's the energy he was on apparently. So I gotta listen to that.
Interesting.
The NBA should be interesting. Like I always see people talking about like the NBA ain't fun no more. It ain't what it used to be back in the day. And I'm like, that's a good, like, don't need to be what it was back in the day for it still to be quality entertainment. Like, if you like basketball, I don't understand how you can look at the product that's on the court now in this NBA with the amount of talent in the league and say, like, this is not entertaining.
I just want them to call to travel. That's all. Because my boys be out here packing luggage and moving around the country.
All right, be careful what you wish for when Giannis start.
He better figure it out. He better figure it out. That's all I gotta say.
I can't remember the Twitter account, but it's someone who
Dev in the lab
who call out the carries. Man, he be putting together some like another carry. Look at this man just carry. And I realize Jason Tatum carries a lot.
Half of the moves he get off, he has to carry.
No, I mean like even if you watch Giannis dribble, Giannis carries as he's just doing.
It was so prominent in the 90s too. I remember that carry coaches, refs, players, but even pickups.
To be fair, like I know because if you carry, you're able to do a lot more with the ball.
Yeah, and one is all carrying.
Yes.
I think it's like as long as it's not like completely
like yeah, as long as you ain't like, if you ain't cupping it underneath, then you know.
And then again, like it's always about like equal enforcement. So it's like if only the stars get away with carries, then yeah, that's a problem. But if everybody that dribbles the ball gets away with a version of a carry, it's like that's fine. Just enforce it equally across the board.
That's fair. All right.
Same with travels.
Call it both ways. Call it all ways.
Yeah.
All right. Shout out again to the Denver Nuggets, NBA champions. Also want to send out just thoughts and prayers. I saw there was a shooting in Denver after they were celebrating last night.
Oh, really?
It was like 9 people got injured.
Yeah.
So just again, y'all. No one got injured though, did they? When me and Tim was down there, but Nolan when he was walking, we saw people around. I was like, what they running? Was that gunshot?
Wasn't that the one time Tim didn't run?
Yes, it was. I was out of here. I was like, come on. I looked, and I saw no one was running behind me. And I was like, where is Tim? But I kept running. There ain't nothing I can do at that point. I'm already gone. But
if one person can catch up, it's Tim.
Yeah, I was like, I'd have caught up. For sure.
That's a fact. The only time I can run fast is if I'm scared. That's a Camille fact. Otherwise, it is very like my strides don't be long. I got long legs, and when I'm just running, it's not elegant at all. But when I'm scared, I be
along those lines. I know this is random as hell, but I was actually talking to a coworker about this earlier today. We have some cage that I work in, and so I was pretending like I was finna jump up. Damn near. There's a cage match because we ain't got no top. Well, I was acting like I was finna jump and grab the bar in our doorway, and he was like, "Bro, if you would jumped and actually grabbed that, I don't know what the fuck I would have did. I would actually do it again and record the shit because that'd been crazy." I was like, because it's high as shit. Mm-hmm. But I was like, you know what's interesting and funny along the lines of you running when you're scared? I was like, if you ever think about if you just like off the vert, or if you just do it like a run and jump versus when somebody's throwing you a football, you realize you can jump actually higher when you're trying to catch this football because you're aiming at something. You're trying to actually, I don't know what it is, but you can jump higher at that doing the exact same motion because you're trying to catch that football as opposed to if you ain't got nothing there at all. Mm-hmm. I was like, it's kind of weird. He's like, I didn't think about it. But again, people get faster when they scared.
My life is in danger.
Well, they ain't never ran in their life. You like, holy shit. You do got it in you. So it's kind of weird. It's kind of interesting to know that.
Like muscle memory versus like actually thinking it through.
Fight or flight, yeah.
And because like that used to happen to me. Like I would go up for layups and like all of this would be over the rim, and they'd be like, "Why you ain't just dunked?" I'm like, "I wasn't thinking about it. I'm just trying to score."
Like I said, it was that one time.
I like try to get my steps right to dunk, and like it never works.
So. It was in kickball that one time. Thought I had the motherfucking ball on the beat. Next thing you know, you was 30 feet in the air, flying across. I'm like, God damn, this motherfucker got up. Like, that was interesting. That was cool though.
But yeah, shout out to Denver. Some NBA free agency news here. Toronto Raptors All-Star guard Fred VanVleet declined his $22.8 million player option. He's going to become an unrestricted free agent in July.
We gotta raise the bar for breaking news. Like,
yeah,
breaking news. Fred VanVleet. I thought it's like he has no reason to opt into his contract. What are you talking about? Y'all just needed something to lead off NBA Today.
During Tim's story, Triple T in the comments said, "What in the Tim stat is going on?"
What did Tim say?
Hey, same thing with Tim. Tim be hooping from time. I don't know if he's still hooping, but Tim be hooping from time to time. And when he do, I know you jump higher than if you was doing it in like kickball. I'll tell you that.
Some like shots there.
No shots, no shade. He not an outfield.
I had also saw, as we all know, in addition to the Fred VanVleet news, another point guard is coming on the market? Question mark. Ron Burgundy. Initially, Chris Hayes reported that the Suns planned to waive Chris Paul's partially guaranteed contract, but then another report came out and was like, actually, Phoenix is still evaluating exactly what they plan to do with Chris Paul. As of this moment, he still remains on the roster. And then Shams came and added some more information and was like, a trade, waiving and stretching his contract, or just waiving him outright, and possibly re-signing him in Phoenix is all on the table right now.
Any transaction could happen with Chris Paul.
Say, like, that's literally all the options that there are. Like, that's not, again, let's raise the bar on breaking news, because that ain't it.
I did see somewhere, I think it may have been Shams or that they said that Phoenix was engaged in multiple trade conversations with people, though, about Chris Paul.
Again, everything's on the table.
Like, essentially, here's what it is. Like, Chris Paul met with the Suns. The Suns were like, we not paying you $30 million? Like, no, that's not happening. So either we're going to waive you, or we can trade you. And, like, we'd love to have you back. We love you, Chris, blah, blah, blah. Chris Paul, take away from that is, I'm out of here. Like, which is essentially like what it boils down to. And more likely he will wind up getting waived, because, like, I don't think anybody's going to trade for him at $30 million. Unrealistic.
Unless they're going to be like, maybe we can flip them at the deadline, and because it's expiring, but then it's kind of like, could you?
No. And it's like, Chris Paul's probably like, if I'm free, like, I'm going wherever I want to go, and I'm not coming back here, especially because y'all just waived me. Yeah. Like, why would I be on a team that could have paid me 30 and instead, like, they waived me so that they only have to pay 15? Like,
because they can pay you whatever you're gonna get elsewhere, but you can still play with KD and Devin Booker and continue in the system. Want to be in LA? I'm just saying. You said, why would he? There's a reason why he could resign in Phoenix, but to your point, I think he's more likely to end up with the Lakers than anything else, because LeBron is his boy.
I heard VanVleet over there. LA. I heard VanVleet.
How are they gonna afford him?
Yeah, we make that happen.
Well, I mean, like, the only people that they have under contract for next year is AD, LeBron, and Jared Vanderbilt. He makes, like, no money whatsoever. It's like they were announced.
Everybody else.
Like, they can keep Reeves because his cap hold is very small.
They said they match it up to what?
Yeah. Like, they don't have to sign him right away.
Right.
So, like, they can leave his cap hold at like $2 million or whatever it is, and then use all the rest of their cap space to get VanVleet, which I think is like a little under 30. I don't know if that's enough to get him, but
that's one of the things I seen recently. They was like, between the Kyrie and VanVleet, it was like VanVleet will probably be a little bit better defensively. He's more of a team player. He's better off the ball, and he can be on the ball if he wants to be. Like, he would be a great pick because he could do catch and shoot with LeBron and them. Like, VanVleet would be a great pickup for the Lakers.
To that point, Ken, as the Lakers fan here,
he over there pondering.
I There's a few. It might work. There's a few options that are on the table here. There's been Kyrie rumors since
forever
last summer.
Yeah. That's also the way it's ever get Kyrie. Part of the reason why like the Kyrie dream haven't floated away is because now Dallas is willing to pay him. So the Lakers 29-30 million or whatever they can offer isn't the same as 40 or whatever Dallas can.
Kyrie name's been floated with the Lakers. Chris Paul's name is floated. Fred VanVleet. All would come in at different price points. All are coming at different points in their career. All are coming in with different amounts of baggage. Which of those, like, I want you to rank those three options of who you would prefer to see on the Lakers. I'm gonna give you a second to think about it.
Okay.
Because Tim in the comments, Triple T said the next Woj bomb is going to be, to Eric's point, James Harden is still weighing his free agency options. He's like, you don't say.
Yeah, it does say.
But no, how would you rank those 3 point guard options?
I would go Van.
You got a chip too.
Chris Paul gonna be cheap though.
Yeah.
He old though. He might break down. He will break down.
He
All
will.
right, so,
you gotta have a backup.
So Van Vliet.
Van Vliet.
What I say? Vliet.
Vliet.
Chris Paul and then Kyrie.
That's fair.
Because we can get Chris Paul for the low.
Banana boat.
Yeah, he gonna make sure that the offense run how it needs to run.
What if they got both? What if Chris was like, I'll take a Batman to come to?
If y'all get Van Vliet, I'll cut.
Yeah, we get that. Yeah, we
God damn! Don't put that out there.
We
Bring
do
that
that.
back.
We there. Come get this ring. Come get this chip, son.
Well, I don't see either one of them coming off the bench too. Like that's a very small backcourt. So.
Yeah.
Tiny. I mean, but
As hell.
Vliet can play some defense.
But he's still
5'10".
6. Oh, 6 foot.
He's that small for real?
No.
Listed at 6 feet, which means he's 5'10".
That means he's
Damn, I didn't know he was that
he
small.
our height, fam.
I didn't know he was that small. He is small, bro. Damn. But yeah, that'd be my order though.
Okay, that makes sense. It's gonna be interesting off season. I can tell you that.
It is.
The Raptors offered Grizzlies assistant coach Darko Rajovic, I believe is how you pronounce his last name.
Mhm.
Their vacant head coaching position. So he is the last coaching hire to fill this offseason's vacancies. Good luck. Again, when you hire an assistant, I don't really have much I don't know what to say about it.
I didn't even know who he was.
We'll see how it goes. Good luck, Toronto. In other coaching news, Charles Lee, former Bucks assistant, is finalized an agreement to join the Boston Celtics as their lead assistant coach.
All the teams.
It's about relationships, fam. Joe finally get to build his staff the way he wants to. He ain't got to have MA's leftovers, and then he lost like 2 people during the season.
And all the leftovers went to Houston.
To go be back with him again. So like he's starting dang near from scratch again.
Got Sam Cassell over there too.
Yeah, that's
a good pickup too.
Sam Cassell and Charles Lee. Like
I'm surprised he hasn't been in a head coaching.
He was for a minute.
He's been interviewed.
Mhm.
He just ain't got his gig yet. And the last thing I have on here, actually, back again, the Vikings nugget here. They explored some trade options. They couldn't find none. And then they cut Dalvin Cook.
Yeah. That was kind of coming though.
Yeah, it wasn't a surprise. Like when I saw, I was like, yeah.
Maybe they talk about trading them all.
Right.
Mhm.
Like it's like, yeah.
And then it was like, you know what? We'll probably just cut him. And then all of a sudden it was, no, we might not cut you. We'll see what we can do for you. But it's been most of the talk that I've heard around Dalvin Cook has been Miami. They're like, he fits the system, loves, I guess, the atmosphere down there. The team is set up perfectly for him and everything like that. They have the short but explosive pass game, stuff like that. But they also need a run game. So they got Mostert down there with they picked up, how do you say his name? Devin Akine. I think that's how you say rookie running back.
So.
And then they got, I think Jeff Wilson is still there too.
Dwayne's in the comments, our Vikings friend. He said happens. Sucks, but saw it coming earlier this offseason.
Mm-hmm. So it was always
they like Madison. So it makes sense for the Vikings to continue. I was like, well, this make no sense. It's about teams that could go to one. Was like, what about the Bears? And I was like, they got like 5 running backs.
We got hella running backs. That's all we definitely always have good running backs.
And Dalvin Cook ain't trying to take no $4 or $5 million. He's like, pay me. I don't know who gonna do it, but he
get that money.
Saquon was talking about that, like all the top running backs got franchised, and like they trying to keep our value down.
Mm-hmm.
You saying collusion?
Essentially, like that's what he's.
I mean, the value of the running back has dropped drastically since the passing game has just exploded. Like everybody's with the air it out vertical style offenses now, or the short explosive 5 out. Like they want a wide open field. Granted, a great running back can still move the needle. It's just I can throw it 50 times a game as opposed to handing it off 35.
Well, I mean, I guess their point is like, if that's the case, then let the market dictate that. But like, you're artificially keeping our salaries down because like the best guys don't get to go onto the market. Mm-hmm. Like maybe Dalvin Cook will be a test subject, but I think he's kind of on the back end.
It was just him,
like Saquon, Jacobs, and I forgot who the third one was. they got tagged. But it's like, yo, we're in the prime. Like, we're actually needle movers. Like, the teams want to keep us clearly because like they franchise us, but like they don't want to pay us what the market would dictate.
Other team was Denver that I saw for Dalvin Cook. Those are the main two.
I saw Dallas too listed.
I can see it, but
Speaking of, what's happening with where's Zeke gonna be at?
he's still a free agent.
That's what I'm saying. Like, where's like
Even speaking toward the value of running backs, even great rookie running backs coming in aren't first round picks no more. They're like, oh yeah, he's a great second round pick, but we don't want to waste the first on him. Like, damn, like even though he should be in 3, 4, 5 years ago, he'd have been a top 5 pick.
the game has changed. The game has changed. Like you said, it's a passing league. It's a passing league now.
Tight ends are valued higher than fucking running backs.
Wait, it was interesting because
Like it.
most people the value of tight ends because with the Packers drafting 2 tight ends here, like high, it was talked about like tight end is the most difficult position on offense to play next to quarterback. Like it goes quarterback and then it's tight end because tight end has to know blocking assignment. They have to be able to run block. Like they have to be able to catch. Like they got to do everything on the offense, whereas a receiver is focused just on running their routes and blocking on play. Like, I never thought about it in that way of how much responsibility is given to a tight end, and how that makes it the learning curve so much steeper for rookies coming in now because it's like you got to learn this entire system, not just this little piece for your position. But you got to know everything.
Teams got to know their personnel so when they get them in, like if you grabbing a guy that can block as well as route run, as well as run block.
But regardless of their talents, they got to know how to do it all.
I was gonna say, like, that's the value. Is like if you find a guy that can do all of them, like that's much higher return that you get as opposed to just a running back that hit the hole.
And if not, they're just an H-back. They'll be that.
They converted.
They'll be the gadget.
Yeah.
No, that's fair. That makes sense.
So to find a man, like you have how many super athletic, ripped to the gills, can run a 4.44.
Ripped to the gills.
Let me write that
down. Ripped to the gills.
I was just saying, like, what's his name? Bajan Robinson?
Yeah.
Like, dude's
out of Texas. Bro's cold. He gonna have a season, dog. Like
that's the type of like super athlete that you need at running back for your team to be like, yo. First round.
He would have been a top 2 pick if it was like the running backs are still valued. Like,
right, like
he's that
80s,
cold.
Like he would have been top pick overall, probably.
Where did he go? Eagles?
Atlanta.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Because Atlanta. Atlanta gonna be interesting this year.
They will because they had. I forgot how you say his last name, Allahair or something like that.
Triple T also said "Rip to the Gills" got to be the title.
Yeah, and then they also still got Cordell Patterson. And Cordell Patterson has found a resurgence randomly.
We'll see how long that lasts.
I mean, it's also with Atlanta. But, I mean, you got to play against these other teams. He was still getting his shit off. So, it should be – Atlanta's offense going to be interesting. You got Kyle Pitts. You got Robinson. You got Drake London. Yeah, they're going to be interesting. They're going to be an interesting bird. It's all about Desmond Ridder.
I mean, like, everybody was expecting them to pick an offensive lineman.
And they didn't. They got skill positions. And I'm just like, where do y'all think y'all are in this current cycle of
in the NFC South?
It's like the line, like the Lions this year, where it was like, based on how they drafted, you can tell how they perceive themselves, which is like, we already got our court, like we are ready to.
We good on no. We just need our defense.
We got to build on skill. Like we already got our court. We ready to go. Like this season, we coming for the division. And
good luck.
Listen, the Lions should be favored to win it.
It's a down year for all the normal top teams.
The NFC North is young now. Like look at the quarterback. I mean, I was trying to Kirk Cousins, but like. Especially with like the Bears and the Packers, it's like we got Fields and Love. Like
black quarterback.
We only got the Packers have 3 players over the age of 30.
Speaking of the Packers, Bakhtiari for sure.
Bakhtiari
I think
one.
Campbell is another one.
Who was the third one? Look,
maybe, or he might be like 29 or some shit like that.
I'm trying to think of like who are even the old players that they still have on the contract.
Yeah, because Adrian Amos was older,
but
he
didn't count because he ain't been on this team all.
No, he's not there no
year.
more. We had Jones, but Jones is like 28.
He's only 20. Yeah, he's in his 20s still.
Shit. Dean Lowry, they all left. Mercedes Lewis left.
Damn. That's what I'm saying. Like Aaron, because Aaron Rodgers had all the old people with him.
Yeah, he did. Lazard left. Cobb left. Damn. Yeah, we got young.
Our punter, Pat O'Donnell. He's 32.
You could be 32 and punt.
I know. There's nothing wrong with. I'm just pointing out the fact of how young the Packers roster is. Like it's
I've been meaning to say this for a couple weeks now, but I don't think I've ever had an end to say it. But now that we're here, my quick take on it is Romeo Doubs is gonna have one crazy year. I say that because the chemistry that Jordan Love and Dobbs had the year before last year kind of show like, okay, so we thought Dobbs was gonna have a good year outside of Christian Watson being hurt because Christian Watson was gone. Dobbs was the main rookie that was kind of getting the reps. Most of his highlights during the preseason, during the OTAs, during camp, and all of that shit like that, because Rodgers wasn't there, was with Jordan Love. A lot of the times he was showing out was with Jordan Love. A lot of his highlights for his preseason games was with Jordan Love. I feel like he was and became Jordan Love's favorite target last year. And now word on the street with the OTAs and stuff like that is that he's kind of doing the same thing again this year because Jordan Love. And that Jordan Love he's been a favorite of his. I feel like Dobbs is gonna have one crazy. I'm not saying that Christian Watson won't, but I feel like what we expected from Dobbs last year coming into the season, we gonna get that this year.
And I think it might even be more, to be honest with you, because Dobbs got hurt last year. When he came back, he never looked quite the same as he did previously.
Part of it was Aaron.
No, but like, let's take out the Aaron Rodgers part of it, because part of it was he was hurt, like because he was producing with Aaron in the game, and then he got hurt, and he said to himself, "I just didn't quite get back into my rhythm." And he's also a rookie trying to learn it. But the reality of it is, him and Watson and Torrey, like they are the veterans in the wide receiver room. They are in their second year.
So why? That's why I'm an advocate for. Hey, we get D-Hop, I'm cool with it because I feel like we would need some type of. I seen someone earlier. They was like, we should go after Hunter Renfrow. I'm like,
I think the Packers probably gonna
a vet wide receivers was the premise behind it, but I'm like,
it ain't no
plug and play with Reds.
It ain't great ones on the market right now. Like I would rather them just continue on with the young butt.
Right, like that's
what
wide receiver coaches for. Like,
and let them continue to grow with Love. Like let them just. And then you look, the Bears is the interesting one.
Fuck y'all defensive tackle, by the way. Justin Jones, I'm pretty sure that was his name. He was talking big shit about Packer fans today.
What did he say?
Half of them don't know football.
True.
They delusional.
True.
And they suck.
True. Why? I don't see no.
I don't give a shit. You ain't here. You ain't in Green Bay. Fuck what you talking about.
I don't see.
You don't fuck with us, and we don't fuck with y'all. It's no different over on this side.
Like, that applies to pretty much every fan base in every sport. Like,
and he said he wish
trash.
He said, "I wish Aaron was still here so we could beat him."
No, that wouldn't happen, sir.
Talking shit. I'm like,
he talking after Aaron leave. That's like when he here, I'm gonna be quiet. When he leave, I'm gonna be talking again.
And the fact that the Jets don't play the NFC North this year.
Right, but the Bears have loaded up. Like the fact that y'all got what's his name, DJ Moore. I heard that apparently that him and Fields have been having.
I'm excited about him.
A connection.
DJ Moore cold.
I know
he's been cold.
He was on my fantasy last year, so I was watching him.
DJ Moore's been. I've been a fan of his for a little bit.
That man won me some money last year. DJ Moore.
No, DJ cold. He's had 3 or 4 different quarterbacks.
Yeah, Fields still got to get the ball to him.
True,
but then that's the thing because Moore got the speed to just catch up to it.
Shit,
because we know Fields can bomb it. So it's like if you get somebody with some speed, Moore got it. Like it might.
He's route running crazy. Like Morton had to deal with the castaways over in Carolina. 2 different ones with Darnold and what was the other bro?
Mayfield for a while.
And then he was playing with Cam. And with Cam, he was cooking. And then, but I think that was like his first or second year in the league.
Was that when Steve Smith was on the sideline talking shit?
Should I play you?
But
now, if I start you and you don't do shit, I'm gonna whoop your ass.
Someone looked that up and they were like, he actually did not produce well that week. Like Steve Smith probably came back and was like, man.
But DJ Moore is that type of talent where I felt like you can plug him on the squad, any squad really, and he's gonna produce. Kind of like I feel like Terry McLaurin is one of those type of guys.
Terry McLaurin is cold.
Fucking F1.
Cold, like for what he's good. He's a really good wide receiver.
Like there's a couple guys where you'd be like, okay.
Oh, they beefing in the comments. Triple T calling out Vikings fans.
Oh.
I mean, Vikings fans ain't playing with a full deck of cards either. Because Dwayne said, did they lie? No, because Dwayne did he lie? NFC North beef in the chat.
Yeah, it's gonna be a fun season for the NFC North for sure, because it's got a lot of. You don't really know what to. You have an idea, but you don't know.
You expect the Lions, which is a wild statement to say.
Bleh. Bleh. I wasn't expecting to say bleh. That. Goodness.
So let me ask you this. Okay. Taking the lines out. Vikings, Bears, Packers, these three teams, put them in order who finishes
2, 3, 4.
We're not saying 2, 3, 4, but just between those three teams, best finishes to worst.
Bears, Vikings, Packers.
You out your mind, fam.
Let's go.
Do you believe that?
Let's go.
Do you
I
believe in the Vikings
I
over the Packers, fam?
Yeah, I do.
I don't. Vikings still ain't got no secondary.
I
For
believe.
one, they defense is that hella. Yeah, they defense is still old. Y'all still depending on old stars on that
Don't
defense.
say y'all. Don't like.
They traded away Zadarius Smith, who still had a good year for them last year.
Yo, you just said
Hey, listen, he was still good.
Triple T said the Bears gonna be trash still.
Hey, bro, relax.
I believe it wholeheartedly.
It was all fun and games.
Yeah,
until you
Triple
come for the
T.
Bears.
I'm with you on that
No, bro, relax.
because y'all still the Bears.
All right, we're gonna see.
Y'all slow asses.
What you want to put on it?
Oh, I love football
100.
season.
All right, 100 for real.
End of the season, Packers is over the Bears.
Okay.
What's the bet?
The Packers will finish higher than the Bears.
Okay.
That's just the bet.
All right.
You cool with that?
I'll put on it.
I mean, how do we document? Let me.
But the day.
Make it the title. Packers over the Bears.
No, we got our title.
We got to steal from inside the NBA. We just got to write.
You mean a board? We need to keep a board in
yeah.
here to write like
Board
our
of
bets. Yes,
Bring the dry erase. Throw it up there.
that's a fact.
All right, bet.
I'm with it.
I'm
'Cause
confident.
y'all suck.
I'm confident.
Can't wait.
I'm confident.
Our defense. Y'all, people keep forgetting about the Packers defense.
Shell
Like,
said, "Ooh, it's lit," and then Triple T said, "It's in y'all DNA." The Chicago Yogi Bears.
Hey, bro.
hey,
relax.
boo boo.
Hey, report him. We finna get him up out of here. Ain't nobody trying to hear that.
But I really do feel like people, because Aaron left, people really do forget that we're littered with nothing but first round picks on our defense. Like good ass players on our defense. We just got a defensive coordinator who got to put the shit together.
If Joe Barry don't right, if Joe Barry don't do it this year, there ain't no more to talk about.
Give him 3. I'm be on the Aaron Rodgers bandwagon. Give him 3.
Chicago
After that, get the fuck
Care
out of here.
Bears, they in the comment going crazy now. Chicago Care Bears.
And you don't have nobody to defend you there.
All right. It's all right.
Ain't no goddamn body. You
But
know
no,
why?
We'll talk more about, these teams going forward. We have a long summer to preview how the NFL season might go, but I'll leave you with this piece of information when you're thinking about the Green Bay Packers. Outside of Aaron Rodgers, Randall Cobb, Alan Lazard, Mercedes Lewis, Mason Crosby.
That may hurt.
That one may. They're largely still returning the same team they had last year that won with 8 games.
And which was most of the team from the year before that won 13.
To be successful in the NFL, you need to have a good offensive line.
Mm-hmm. We got
Packers
that.
will have that. This is all health assuming.
If Bakhtiari bought.
Bakhtiari said
in.
he's like, he ain't felt this way in years.
No, Bakhtiari's bought in.
He was talking shit for a while.
He was, but he good now.
I realize that's just how he be talking. Like he's gonna say what he want to say, but got a good offensive line. They have a great running back duo
Boy.
with Aaron Jones and AJ Dillon.
Mhm.
They got to use him.
Right, which I think they will now
Yeah.
because Rodgers is gonna have less control of what the offense is doing. They're gonna have Love in place here now.
No audibles at the goal line. Hopefully.
The defense, again, largely returning from last year. The safety part is a little shaky because
Yeah, strong safety is a big question mark.
But like over all that being said, like for people who think the Packers are only going to win like 4, like I don't see like how you can think it's going to be that few games given who's all returning.
Mhm.
Unless Love just like that.
All they need Love to be at the very worst is Jimmy Garoppolo.
Yeah,
and he can do that.
Facts.
He can just game manage.
Yeah.
That's
At
it.
the, at the worst.
But he has the arm. He has good arm talent.
So,
That's
like,
the wild
So
part.
at the
Smith.
worst.
Alex Smith.
I'll take an Alex Smith on
Dwayne,
this squad.
Dwayne said y'all not taking the division. It's like I never said they're gonna take the division.
Shit, y'all ain't
Yeah.
either. Fuck you talking about.
Right, but the
Yeah.
Vikings ain't gonna do it either. Man.
You like that? As long as that motherfucker on y'all team, nah.
Yeah, no, I just want like it's gonna be a fun NFL season. I'm looking forward to us diving into that a little bit more, but we can wrap one up, get out of here. But before we do, given the fact that it is Father's Day this Sunday, I want to give us some time to shout out fathers and father figures, and I also want to shout out these 3 gentlemen here today. Happy Father's Day early to y'all.
Grazie.
Appreciate you.
Good fathers here. Y'all be doing everything for y'all children. It's beautiful to see.
FDK.
Matter of fact, in my phone, all of my contact pictures of y'all are pictures of you and y'all, like at least one
With
of
the
your
kid.
children. Yeah,
Mhm.
like those would be the cutest pictures of y'all. So I thought, let me get their little faces on here with them. So
Mhm.
happy Father's Day to y'all, and then let's do some tech ordered Father's Day shout outs. So Tim, who you want to shout out?
I'll shout out my pappies.
Eyes the pappy.
Eyes the pappy. Yeah, shit. My stepdad been there since I was like 6 turning 7. So him, my regular pops, we just hopped on his ass on Sunday because he wasn't answering the phone on Saturday. So me and my sister had to call him. What's wrong with you?
Wait, did y'all hear that about it was like a chef in New Orleans like ghosted his family, and then they thought he was like missing, so they filed a missing person report. Then they found like a body somewhere, and they thought it was him.
Damn.
And like it was like on the news, and then they had like a vigil outside of his house, and he just like rolled up like, "What y'all doing?"
What the fuck is this? I was just trying to be off the grid. What are y'all doing?
Niggas was like, ghosts!
But, right. Ghosts! That's just what me and my sister told my dad. My pops is the type to where he probably did scare the shit out of a couple people. Who y'all singing sad songs for?
Why y'all in front of my house?
Oh shit!
But
funny.
that's kind of what happened with my dad, because my dad is the type where if you call him or text him, even if he don't answer a call right away, typically he answers. But if you don't answer right away, he gonna call you back. If you text him, he gonna text you back. No matter, no ifs, ands, buts about it. Like he's one of those people where if I reach out to him or somebody reach out to him, he's gonna answer.
Mhm.
My aunt called him, he ain't answered. My sister called him, he ain't answered. My aunt and both of them text him. I called him, left a text message by my baby mama. It's Mother's Day's over, but I left him a text message. I gave him a phone call, left him a voicemail. And then my grandmother called him. Nobody, he ain't answered nobody calls, returned nobody calls, voice message. So we was like, "Hey, yo,
Been sleep.
that's what he said." I was like, "You slept for 24 hours, fuck out of here." I was like, "You can't sleep, bro. Ain't no sleeping.
That nigga was resting.
Ain't no sleeping that long."
New Ronnie.
That's what I'm saying. He tired, bro.
I was like, "Hey, you can't go off the grid, bro. I'm sorry.
You fell asleep.
You don't have that
You
luxury."
fell asleep in something, bro.
Out there singing sad songs in front of his crib. Like, you don't have it.
He just had a birthday.
Exactly.
Nah.
Let that man get his rest.
Happy birthday. Answer the phone.
I mean, he woke up startled. Like, what the fuck?
Your
30 missed calls? Jesus Christ.
Your
Niggas
father-
can't even sleep.
30 minutes straight.
Who died?
30 minutes straight. Me and my sister was on him. He was like, "Damn, leave me." Sammy was like, she was like, "I'll be that parent too." Like, "Damn, get off my dick." I was like, "Nah, bro."
Your Father's Day shout out was
Just went left.
right. It wasn't. I heard more love. This nigga went on a rant.
Hey, listen, it's all love though. At the end of the day, and I only felt that way because I love you.
That's fair too. Because my mom don't answer the phone, so I'm like, I'm gonna pull up soon. If I
It
don't
do be
hear
like that. But what you got a phone for if you ain't gonna pick it up?
That's fair.
See, I'm the other end of that. I'm gonna go. Yeah, happy Father's Day to my dad, my grandfather, other grandfather, rest in peace.
Right.
So,
Brother.
Trying to think. Oh boy,
a lot of pappies.
It
A
is.
lot of pop.
I'll start by saying Happy Father's Day to my dad who birthed me. Well, I mean, he didn't carry me, but he carried me. You know what I'm saying? But right. Happy Father's Day to my dad. Hope you
Wild state.
hope you enjoy. Please, I'm glad you kept it to yourself.
I already know.
It was real wild. I was like,
already know.
I'm glad you kept it to yourself. Happy Father's Day, Dad. Hope you enjoying the A still. Happy Father's Day to my uncles, to Pat, to Cedric, Michael, Tony. I love y'all. Without y'all, I'm not even here doing this show because my uncles are the reason, and my cousin Michael are the reason that I even like sports. So, like, shout out to them. I love y'all. Yeah, especially Uncle Tony, because Uncle Tony was the man who was always in the house with me. So, like, he is the everyday father presence that I had. So, special shout out to Uncle Tony. My brothers ain't got no kids. Don't speak that, people. On my brothers, they ain't gonna be no deadbeat. Y'all hear that? We don't have kids. No, I'm playing.
You don't know.
No, I would know. Well, I would know. But no, happy Father's Day to my uncles and my dad.
Yeah, happy Father's Day to my pops. Everybody in my life has been father figures, helped me become the man who I am now, helped me become a great father that I am. So happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to everybody who's listening, watching.
Facts. All the dads out there, happy
All
Father's
y'all,
Day.
happy Father's Day. It's a celebration.
For sure.
Y'all know I normally we don't do like what we used to do. We used to be like have them do shit.
Oh, tech file challenge?
Yeah, tech file challenge. I was struggling. Somebody help me. But, no, tech file challenge. In the group or somewhere on our socials. On Father's Day, post a pic of you and your kids, man.
Or you and your dad.
Or you and your dad.
You and your dad, either or.
Yeah.
It's Father's Day.
See, here's my problem. If I posted a picture of me and my uncles, they would be upset. Like I would have to put like smiley faces over their heads because they
got me on the interweb.
They act like I can't post them nowhere on the internet. Well, Uncle Tony don't care.
Digital fingerprints.
But like Uncle Michael, Uncle Pat be like, keep my face off of your social media, especially Uncle Pat.
The feds.
Like I'm like, who is after y'all where I can't even post y'all on my stuff?
That's fun.
But yeah.
I was gonna say something wild. I will keep that to myself.
Yeah, but again, shout out to all the friends that we have as well that are fathers.
Absolutely.
Facts. Dwayne in the comments appreciate. Yeah, happy. It's the first Father's Day.
Hey, Father's Day, brother.
Triple T, I saw you was in the comments too. Happy Father's Day.
He's a multi.
Why are you waving all this?
No, okay. Don't say
no, we was talking about the inaugural, and he talking about the multi.
In the comments.
The boy.
Triple T was in the comments. Happy Father's Day. But happy Father's Day to all the dads out there, and happy Juneteenth as well, because we was finally free come Juneteenth. So that's the real Independence Day. We're gonna get out of here. I'm gonna use the Father's Day shout out as our like parting words of wisdom here. And as always, y'all, just be safe out here in these streets.
Sure.
If you want to follow me on social media, you can catch me.
Wait a minute.
On Twitter, Instagram, Apple Music, and these PSN 2K Hogwarts streets. And I have been whooping at Camille Monet, CAMILLEMONAE. Man, speaking of, I actually got like over 1,000 views on my last reel.
Did you?
I got a couple people. I got messages. They was like,
the one with the block.
They was like, hey, can you drop your bill? I was like,
cold.
Here I go. I got you. I'm gonna drop that bill.
You put a fee on there now.
Now she been
gotta get these.
Like for real, it just be moments where I be like, you can hear me probably on some of her videos, like, God damn. We just be laughing. Sometimes it's just a laugh. Like sometimes it literally just be like, there's no words that can express what the fuck she just did. It's just a laugh, bro.
I'm gonna need y'all to teach me how to shoot. Like, I play 2K like I hooped in real life, where it's like nothing but drives, layups, defense. Like I can do all that shit. I can't time it for nothing.
A lot of people play like the ones that have hooped. I feel like play like they play in real life with their player. So a lot of guys who are more perimeter oriented make perimeter oriented players. They want to shoot. They want to kind of dribble a little bit, shit like that. Those who are more prone to driving and slashing a lot of stuff like that, they make players that can do that. So I mean, because it's just an extension of you sometimes, depending on the hooper.
I'll say this to you because you don't play the My Career mode, so it's more difficult for you to learn multiple different jump shots instead of just one. Like I only have one jump shot. Yeah. I'm knocking that mug down.
Yeah, that is different.
Like it's so it's different because everything is so it changes.
Like, Chris Mill can shoot. Why can't I shoot with Chris Mill?
Because the fucking release is right here and shit.
The shot's so much different than Drew's than it is from Pat. So like it's just all over it. So that's a little bit more difficult. But yeah, follow me, y'all.
I am not on PSN or whatever. But I am on Twitter, Bucks Burner.
That's all you get.
That is correct.
Everyday _ gentleman on Instagram, K Harris 216 on Twitter and Snapchat.
And it's your boy TIMKINZ, the number 3, aka Ass Ketchum, aka Mr. Give It To Me. Oh, and shout out to all of the new championships in the WWE. Everybody got their new belts now. Finally, the Raw Women's Champion ain't on SmackDown, and the SmackDown Women's Champion ain't on Raw no more. Everybody kind of got their shit together now. But that's about it. Dilly. Y'all have a good one.
We out of here, y'all. Be safe. Should we be entertaining right now?
Indeed.
Oh, we still on?
We still on, fam.
Yeah, bro.
We still on, fam. Did you get
I'm glad I
2K
said nothing crazy.
23 because it's free now?
It is free on the PSN. Oh.
It was like $20 though. So
Come on, Butters.
basically free.
Come on, Butters.
Like how you whisper.
Gotta give him the side eye too. Come on. 'Cause Ken ain't gonna do it.
King
I'm
got
tired of his shit.
PS5.
I'm tired of his shit.
I don't even be on the game.
Hell, when we was yeah.
I don't be
We've
doing
missed
nothing.
his gaming prime, fam.
Yeah. To be
What?
fair, I haven't
What?
really been on too much.
I
either.
come back and don't make it seem like a nigga can't play no more.
Man, we seen Dooch with buckets more
Before-
recently than we
yeah.
have with you.
That's a fact.
And you was supposed to be playing around that time.
We met Dude after you.
Yeah, exactly. Dooch came in with the Kobe build.
I will tell you.
That's funny, the Kobe.
Dude was hooping like Kobe.
Yeah,
too.
it was. He had a little learning curve. All of a sudden, I think I remember that. I'm almost sure me and you was playing when he had like 28, 30 points. We was like, God damn, dude, okay.
That's
You know they can hear you, right?